Okay. Welcome back to another episode of the Pin High podcast presented by Pin High Media. This week, Jason Day's back in the winner's circle. We're going to talk about that. Also, it's PGA Championship week. Little time and a lot to talk about. So let's get into it.
This is Jordan Spieth here, and
This is the Pin High Podcast.
All right. PGA Championship week. But I guess first we should probably talk about Jason Day's win because it's his first win in quite some time.
Yeah, good for him. I'm just happy. It's a tournament none of us really care about. Um, but like he was gonna win at some point this year. He's been playing so well. We
Yeah.
predicted that he would win at the Players for guys. Like that's how well he's playing. Um, to do it on Mother's Day after his mother passed away, what, a couple years ago? They said a year or two ago.
Yeah, like a year ago. I
Very
think.
cool. He's won the Players on Mother's Day, so he's just the Mother's Day king, I guess.
Yeah, he's
Wins
the guy
always
on
wins on Mother's
Day.
Day, so yeah.
I mean, I
and then,
guess
like
if I
now
had
he's
to-
got some momentum.
I guess if I had to pick anyone in the field that I want to win this week, Jason Day was probably
Yeah.
either at the top of my list or near the top of my list. Just based on what it was the Byron Nelson. Like, didn't really want to see Scotty Scheffler win again. I know it's
No.
good when he wins like every event, but if it wasn't Seamus Power who was our pick last week, T19, not
Yeah.
bad. I think Jason
The
Day might
Cage
have been the
Lee,
guy.
like yeah,
Cage
it
Lee
was
for
like
the
Jason
triple.
Day or Cage Lee. Yeah, exactly. That's the only other person I really cared about. I thought it'd
Yeah.
be cool if Eckert would have won. Like he's a
Eckert
young
would've been
guy.
cool. Yeah.
Well, he's probably like 22, 23 years old. And the guy with the bucket hat. I don't even remember his name.
Dow, Marty Dow.
Yeah. Yeah, he's wearing the
Um,
Lululemon and has like a bucket
yeah,
hat on. It's
yeah.
pretty swaggy look.
Marty Dow was
so I
pretty
would-
electric this week.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have mind seeing that, and that would have meant he would probably be in the PGA as well. So it would have been really funny to watch him. Like, imagine if he was in the
Right.
final round of a PGA group with like John Rahm. Like how like I can just see Rahm just being pissed off at this guy's appearance. That would have been entertaining to see. But or he and Joel Damon in the same group. That would have been fun to see too.
The bucket hat group.
Yeah. Not much else to think about. You just found out that there's a stadium hole at Craig Ranch.
Yeah, I do not watch this event like ever. So, watching this event for I guess I do watch this event, but it's not memorable to me for some reason. Like I just don't remember anything that happens at the Byron Nelson, and I kind of forgot there's a stadium hole on 17. I think it got bigger this year because I should have known that.
Was that because Pat's been there and Pat's talked about it before, and
Yeah.
then I think we mentioned it even in the pod last week. But this was a great kind of same with the Masters. Do all the husbands out there or whatever. Just do all like the housework and everything like that. So I don't need to watch golf this weekend. Just save it all for it's Mother's Day too. And just save it all for PGA.
Exactly.
Bright
But
and
yeah,
early tomorrow
I was
morning, too.
able to catch the end of this tournament. Yeah, Jason Day was just kind of waiting to make sure that there wasn't a eagle made on the last hole by Eckert or
Good.
birdie or eagle, I guess. But yeah, I guess that's enough talk with the Byron Nelson. It is PGA
Yeah, way
week.
too much talk.
There's a lot to talk about here for the PGA. Very interesting week in terms of who might play well. We got all the live guys in the mix. DJ won on the live last week coming into this. So yeah, I mean, I don't really know where to start with who to pick. I'm very all over the place right now. I will say Bomber's Paradise, I think might be the word. I think driving distance is going to be a key this week. If you're not at a certain threshold, I don't think players are going to compete. So yeah, it's quite interesting that the PGA is kind of churning into this, like, let's lengthen the golf course as much as we can.
Yeah, it's for everything I've heard, and been just in taking everything in the past few days. It's like people have said it's a combination of kind of like Winged Foot and Bethpage, which is like thick rough, like maybe not the longest rough, but like really thick. But like
Yeah,
a long
I saw the
course.
picture. The they always post it on Twitter. The guy dropping
Yeah,
a
of
golf
course,
ball into
yeah,
the rough. I mean,
always.
this is not quite U.S. Open rough, but it looks thick.
No.
It doesn't look high, but it's definitely grabby.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like even like Tony Finau was saying that the par fives, like they even made both of them only two par fives, and both of them might not even be reachable in two. But both well over 600 yards. Par threes are very long par fours. It's a brute of a test, but I've also heard that the course is firm right now. It
Right.
might be some rain, but it's running fast. So like a lot of the shorter hairs can. It sounds like it's a bomber's paradise, and like you got hit. Like if you hit as far as you can, like you'll be fine. But it sounds like the shorter hairs have a little bit of a chance, more so than at Winged Foot or Bethpage, I think, which is good.
Yeah.
It's also like we haven't seen this place. I was there in 2013 when they played the PGA. I remember the drivable 14th, but they redid like the whole course anyway, so I don't
Yeah, it's
barely
good.
remember any of it.
You can't even put
Yeah,
that into account.
and
Like
the 15th hole had water in front of the green. Now it's like all filled in. Like I remember that hole, but other than that, it's all yeah. It's kind of
I mean,
changed a lot.
2013, your top two on the leaderboard were Jason Duffner and Jim Furyk. So,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
not necessarily long drivers of the golf ball. So this course is like playing completely different than it was back then, and it's kind of exciting to go and see a golf course that we kind of know, but playing just completely different.
I agree. I think that's why I don't like they're gonna go back to Quail Hollow in a couple of years. And it's like really like, do we have to see Quail Hollow again?
Yeah,
Like
we
just
see
go
it
back
every
to
year.
places we never see before. Yeah,
Yeah.
go like they're going to the Olympic. They're going back to a redone Congressional in 2030, which is gonna be
Right.
awesome. Like Frisco is gonna be awesome. Like I don't like go to courses we never see.
I
It's
guess it's
it's like it's unique.
part of the idea that like they're just hitting the ball too far. So these courses, if they want to host these major events, they have
Yeah,
to like reorganize the entire course, rebuild the entire thing, go under these
yeah.
insane renovations. I mean, even like Baltusrol was like is doing
Oh yeah.
renovations right now. So uh, yeah, I mean these courses have to do renovations just to accommodate the type of golfer that it is now.
Yep. Uh, other than that, I don't know. I feel like I for whatever reason I don't think Scheffler is gonna win. I don't think Rahm's probably the best chance to win, but like I don't think Rory's gonna win as much as I would want him to. Like I don't really even think Rahm's gonna win. Like I think it's gonna be someone who hasn't won. Maybe that's the precedent of Duffner and uh kind of like the PGA, like more
Right.
randomness than the
Yeah,
U.S. Open,
definitely.
British Open, but feels like someone who hasn't won a major before or who is kind of random off the beaten path, like can win if they have a good week. So that's kind of where I'm like, I think like Finau could have a good week. I think I would love Xander to win. Like I think Cantlay could win, which is scary.
I mean,
Um,
this is a good spot for a first time major winner. I mean, like there's
I
the
agree.
quality of golfer right now that has not won a major is just crazy. Like if you look at the like even the odds list, it's like Xander and Cantlay and Finau and Cameron Young hasn't
Hovland.
even won at all. Yeah, Victor
Yeah.
Hovland. It's just like Sunjay Im, Max Homa. Like the list goes on and on and on. Of these guys are like
And
very
you haven't
high
even
quality
gotten Jordan
golfers.
Spieth. Like you haven't like those are the odds. Like the listing, like Jordan Spieth is the same odds as Homa, like plus 3,600.
Right.
Like that's crazy. Ricky Fowler plus
Yeah.
5,500
I mean,
right
Ricky Fowler.
there.
I was looking at driving distance because I think driving distance will play a factor. Ricky Fowler is sneaky up there this year in
Oh,
driving distance. He's like in the mid
he's
30s here, like
playing great.
30 like 5 or something.
Yeah, I mean he's just consistent. Um, but no, I think he's like it's just like I think there's a lot of different guys. Like I think you could have someone who's just like an accurate driver of the golf ball and like or like maybe like closer to average, like kind of like a Morikawa and like
Good
just
long iron play.
yeah, good long iron player who can hit the ball in the fairway every time. That's someone who can win. It can or someone like who knows? Like maybe what if Bryson plays well? Like
Yeah, I
and
know.
just crushes because it's winged foot. People are comparing to winged foot. Like what happens if that happens? But um, no, I'm very excited to see what I just don't. And it's gonna be cold tomorrow morning, Thursday morning.
Yeah.
Like very like 30 degrees apparently. A little bit of rain later in the week, but it's just gonna be. And the PGA is a weird identity, I think, but we've gotten some amazing finishes from it too. Jade the playoff last year, Phil 2021,
Yep.
Morikawa. Um, yeah, that's.
I'm
I don't
curious
even
to
know what
see like
I can't even think of what else.
which non-usual suspect's gonna be at the top of the leaderboard at some point this week,
There are always
because
a
there
few.
always is one, right? I
Always.
mean, last year Mito Pereira was there like basically all week. I mean, he was, budding, I guess, to get to that point, but he had never won on the PGA Tour, I don't think so.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder who it's going to be this year. Who's going to be that guy who just is near the top of the leaderboard, just trying to hang around with the Roms and the Schefflers of the world. So I am very, very interested in that. I also am interested, every time a major comes around, it's the live guys. The live guys are back. Like,
Yep.
how's that going to go? I mean, the Masters, you saw, a lot of them at the top of the leaderboard. Phil Mickelson, Patrick Reed, kind of hanging around up there. So I wonder what the live guys are going to do. I mean, DJ's in good form on live. Taylor Gooch has come out pretty on fire on live. So I'm curious to see how that goes. And like, I think Taylor Gooch needs like a good finish here to get himself into the U.S. Open. So
Yeah.
there's that storyline as well.
After all that whining, yeah. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Um, no, I agree. I think Brooks is gonna like keep it going a little bit. Like I think this is perfect for him. Like the perfect place to set up for him to kind of just be a brute and hit the ball. Just like even if it's in the rough, just get in the middle of the green, two putt. Like it sounds like it's gonna be difficult. Um, DJ, I agree. Cam Smith's been playing well. It was Rory's done talking about live, and like I'm at the kind of at the same point with him where it's like all right, I don't have any hard feelings against them. They're just there, and like we'll see them 4 times a year. It kind of sucks that we're only gonna see them 4 times a year, but like I'm open to say like, hey, like they're still DJ and Brooks and Cam, like they're still the guys, kind of.
I like
Phil,
seeing them play. I
I don't
mean,
know,
it's fun
but
when they're playing, and like you have all the best players in the world like in the same tournament. So
yeah,
yeah, I mean, I do like watching them play, and I don't know. I feel like somebody might come out and take a win. So whether it's DJ or Brooks or whoever, even Cameron Smith's kind of
are they
flying
gonna
underneath the
storm the
radar.
yeah, are they gonna storm the 18th green here? If they win, if one of them wins.
I don't know about that, but we'll see how many of them make the cut. Like the Masters, most of them made
Yeah,
the cut, which was good for them. But let's see how many of them make the cut.
yeah. Who do you have? We have DJ in our pool, obviously, but
Yes,
who do you if you had to make one pick, who is it?
quite unfortunate, but I think it's Patrick Cantlay.
I I've been going back and forth on that
I
too.
mean, he's got Joe Acava on the bag now, so
Yep.
like friend of the pod, Joe Acava. Yeah, I don't know why. I just think he has the game that could do it. I mean, he hasn't really shown it in the majors yet, but if he's gonna
No.
do it, the
That's
PGA
what
Championship is the place to do it. I feel like so. Yeah, I feel like
I
it's him.
agree. I think he has a beard now. He and Cam Young switched. Cantley has a
Yeah,
beard.
Cam Young got
Cam
rid of
Young
his
does not.
beard.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know
a
how I
little
feel about
shocking.
that.
But yeah, this feels like kind of like Duffner that never really got done. Like Cantley has never really been like I feel like close even. Like he's just never like I won't believe in him until he's there, until he's doing it. Or until he's like even in the final group and putting up a fight. Because even at the Masters, he just missed putt after putt in the last few rounds.
Yeah,
Um,
pressure got to him.
yeah, yeah, definitely. And people are, I mean, who knows what the New York folk are gonna do about slow play if that happens as well. But I think if any tournament was gonna set up perfectly for him, it's probably this one, unfortunately. Um,
I think
I
he's
think
made like a
Xander's gonna
pretty
win.
big like his driving distance and his like just strokes gain off the tee has made like a drastic change this year. He's
It has.
second on tour in total driving, third in strokes gain off the tee,
Yeah,
which
it's
is
a pretty sizable jump
yeah, from
from
last
last
year I
year.
think that was like his weakness. He was good at everything except for like total driving, and all of a sudden this year he's like
He's more
top 3.
yeah, he's more accurate too. But that's his biggest increase from last year as well. Um, I think Xander's gonna win.
Okay.
Two best friends, Cantley and Xander. Uh,
Very similar games too.
yes, very very similar. Very Xander's put up more results at the majors. I think just pure in contentions, been there a little bit before, hasn't gotten it done,
Yeah.
but almost won at Carnoustie, almost won the Masters, almost uh, even at the Winged Foot 2020 U.S. Open, he was there. Um,
Olympic gold medalist.
yes, Olympic gold medalist. But he's got the iron. He's got his iron play is insane. He's playing well. He's in good form. Good driver of the golf ball. Like not below average, which is kind of all you need sometimes. Maybe all you need from him this week. But I think he's very very much in play win. And I also think I love Finau. Finau is. I would love for Finau to get it done this week too.
Yeah, Finau definitely it does fit him as well. If he just is like relatively accurate with the driver, and then has an okay putting week, Finau could
Yeah.
do it. Yeah, he's too
Yeah.
good not to. So
And
I would
just
love,
like
I would love
lower
to
on
see him
the
win a
board.
major.
Yeah. Anyone else lower down? You like?
Um, I like Gary Woodland. I said this about the Masters too.
I do
Like
too.
he's a guy like his strokes gain approach has been really good this year. His driving distance has always been there. I mean, he won a U.S. Open basically with it. Like, I think it just sets like up for him pretty nicely. It's his putting that kind of lets him down at the end of the day. But if he has like a pretty decent putting week, like Gary could kind of contend at basically any golf course. So I do like him, and he's always so low on the like odds list and stuff. But
Yeah.
he's had a pretty solid year so far. I mean, he hasn't done anything amazing, but he has played pretty consistent.
His long irons are very uh his long irons have been very good.
Yeah,
Like he's like kind of flying under the radar. Uh I like that. I like Harris English. I don't even know why. Just stuck out like
just
he
looks
played
like you could
well
just
at
picture it.
Kohala. Yeah, but he's like just one of those like shorter hairs that he played really well at the 2021 U.S. Open at Torrey, and then at the uh, U.S. Open at Winged Foot, like top three. And you wouldn't think that from someone who doesn't hit the ball super far, but he hits fairways. Um, kind of a grinder. It's going to be a grinder kind of week, so maybe that works for him. Um,
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
We
know.
could see.
It's yeah.
There's
Uh,
so many good players.
Ricky, I said.
I mean,
Mito, I think
I'm
Mito
looking.
Pereira
I'm
could
going
play
back to
well.
Gary Woodland for a second. I'm just like looking at his stats, just cause. He's basically
Yeah,
top 10 in every category except for putting and driving accuracy. Putting, he is 196th. He's negative strokes gained putting, but he's top
he's
10
trying.
in
He's
every
trying to
other
take.
category.
He's trying to get the Luke List model
I know,
of
really. I mean,
just hit it so close he doesn't have to worry about punting or more
exactly.
Morikawa.
If Gary like figured out the putting, we'd be talking about him like we talk about Patrick Cantlay and Xander Schauffele. Like he's like
Yeah,
that good in every other category except for putting for some reason, and
he
it's
was he
just
was he
lets him
was
down a
T
little bit.
he was T10 last year at the U.S. Open, which is again kind of a similar
I mean, he's T14 at the
northeast
Masters
style.
last
Yeah,
month.
northeast style, uh, up and down golf course. You can't run it up to every green. Like it's like rugged, rough, um, grind fest. But no, it's gonna be. I'm very excited. Like you never know what's gonna happen with this. I mean, who knows? We could see. I don't even know. What if Hoygaard's in contention? That'd be really interesting. Terry Montgomery, even though he doesn't really hit the ball that far, I don't think. Um, yeah, I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to it.
yeah. There's always somebody random always comes to the top of the leaderboard
Yeah,
that we
yeah,
don't mention.
exactly.
Like I really don't know who it's gonna be. I mean, I'm just looking at the list right now. I just don't know who it's gonna be.
Or it could
Um,
be Rom. Rom could win, and we could be talking about going to the U.S. Open.
I
How
mean, yeah.
he's
I mean, I was looking
on
at
his way to the career Grand Slam.
this is very random, but I was just like, looking at driving distance, looking at some stats. Sam Stevens, like way, 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 way down on the leaderboard. Like pretty good, pretty decent stats like throughout. Just and not a great putter, but I don't know why. That's a name that I feel like I want to mention just in case. But
Didn't I think he just got in too because Paul
yeah,
Casey withdrew.
last guy in,
Uh,
which means he's gonna do something. Hopefully.
Yeah, that'll be that you can I can definitely see that story on Sunday afternoon. Like, oh, Sam Stevens, last guy in the field. Like, look at him.
He's got like 4 top 25s this year. Uh,
Yeah,
little erratic. He's a little like miscut, then makes cut, miscut, make cut. But yeah, I don't know. His underlying stats are not as bad as I thought they would be.
yep, I agree. Totally agree. Um, anything else? Don't know if anything else. We have anything else to talk about the PGA.
Um, I don't know. I'm just like very excited for it. I wonder what the weather's gonna like end up being because you're
It's
right. You
supposed to
see
rain
rain, yeah,
Saturday.
which like rain kind of like ruined the Masters a little bit. um,
Yeah,
so I hope it's not like that. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think it should be good. How about DJ's presser
yeah,
today?
yeah, yeah.
DJ's
He
back injury.
picked up some big kids.
Yeah, that
Or
got a laugh out of the presser room.
they asked him. Uh, he said like they said like oh was it did he hurt his back swinging? He's like he immediately like laughed and like smirked and it was kind of a like oh okay like that like you're doing that kind of thing. Um, but yeah, and who knows if Spieth's gonna play, how much he's gonna play, or how
Wrist
well I
injury.
guess with his wrist. Yeah.
I could see
Um,
a world where Spieth doesn't play well in the first round and just calls it a tournament and WDs, but I don't know.
I don't think he will. Just I don't think he's that kind of guy. But at the same time, I can totally see him just mailing it in the next day.
Especially if it's
Like if he
gonna
doesn't
rain,
play
like if
well.
it rains on Friday and like the
Yeah,
weather's not great, he might just do it if he's like five
yeah.
over or something. But I don't know, maybe.
I can
He
see
came
Homa
out.
playing well. I can.
Didn't Spieth come out for a practice round and play one hole and then call it a day? I think that's what happened.
He might. He did. But also, like Jason Day apparently doesn't play practice rounds sometimes. Like he hasn't played a
I
practice round
guess
yet.
I guess that's if the
That's
the way
weird.
to keep your body in good
I
condition.
get. Yeah,
I mean, Dave's
refreshed.
been pretty healthy for the last like 2 or 3 years, which is good to see, and he won last week. So, I mean, did he peak
Yeah,
too early?
he's in good form.
Did he peak too early? Like, what if he just came like if he came second last week? I'd be like all over him this week. But just because he won
Yeah,
last week, I don't know. People
he
they
wasted
hardly
that.
win back to back, right?
He had that 63 one round too early on a
Yeah, right.
but or 62 I think in the final round. But uh, he's played it before though too.
Yeah,
So like he played in 2013. Like you
different
said, Adam
golf course
Scott's a
still.
good. Yeah, Adam Scott's a good pick.
Yeah, I didn't even.
I think
I forgot
Sanjay
to
could
mention
play
Adam
well.
Scott. Adam Scott has pretty good stats. Uh, also played here before.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. I just hope this feels like the only tournament that's had truly incredible finishes besides maybe last year's U.S. Open recently. So I'm
For
hoping that
one.
continues because like it truly is like anticipation wise like this is not one of the most anticipated ones. Like the U.S. Open, I can't wait for. British Open's always the British Open, Masters, but this this delivers the hype more often than not, which is
Yeah.
surprising. Um, so I'm 7 a.m. tomorrow, ESPN Plus. I'll be
Right.
watching.
I guess my last thing is if you had going for the two favorites here, if you had to pick between, I think you might have probably answered this earlier, but if you had to pick between Rom and Scheffler, which one are you going with this week?
I pick Rom just because I think Scheffler still with the putting, like the putting worries me. Putting, that's scary. Like he's hitting the ball so well, but the putting just like he doesn't like the Masters didn't seem like he could throw the ball in the ocean. And like
Yeah,
even like he's played well last week. That's I'm not comparing that to this week.
yeah. Just compare the Byron
I also think
Nelson
he's
to
a
the
lot better.
PGA.
Yeah, he also is a lot better putter on. Or he's not as good of a putter on bent as he is on Bermuda
Bermuda.
as well.
Yeah,
So I think he'll play great. Like obviously he's gonna like if he wins, I'm not gonna be surprised. If he top five, like I'm be like, oh yeah, of course he's right there. But I just think the putting is like, and maybe he's overcome it by now, but the putting just I can't get that picture out of my head of like Morikawa almost gonna let him down at some point. And Rahm just seems like he can't be broken at all anymore.
Yeah, no, it's like his Rom just gets better as like a tournament goes on for the most part. I feel like I
Yeah,
don't
and
know why, but like the
this is
tournament goes on and Rom just like starts to feel it at some point.
and this seems like a better course fit for Rahm too than Scheffler. Like more of a Brooks Koepka bomb it,
Yeah,
uh,
play the fade all day.
hit as far as you can. Yeah, can hit out of the rough. Scheffler can do that, but he's not. I don't think he's. I think Rahm, if they played a whole match to get against each other, like Rahm would come out on top. So I'll take Rahm in that
Yeah,
sense.
I agree with that sentiment. I feel like Rom gets to that like autopilot mode that Scheffler doesn't necessarily get to. Scheffler just gets to like the I'm extremely good, like doesn't really matter where I hit it off the tee, like gonna
I'm gonna make par
make
for
a
everywhere.
score.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
But Rom
Which
just
like
goes
I think that works
autopilot.
well for. I think Scheffler that works well for LACC, but I don't
Yeah.
think it's gonna work well uh for here. But
Yeah.
we'll see. I think Rory. I mean, who knows? Who knows with Rory? But
Like you say it's a bomber's paradise. It's like I mean,
yeah, which
Rory, it's setting up
could
for
work.
you.
Yeah, he's won the PGA before. Tiger saw something in his swing, but it doesn't. It just again, I don't. I'll root for him. I'll root for it heavily if he's in contention. Otherwise, I will be taking a backseat on betting on him or uh, putting him in pools
Yeah.
until he can do it again. The Masters, very big red flag was the Masters, very big red flag. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
So I'm excited for it. How about we get in the clubhouse to end the week? All right. So I don't know. Have you golfed recently?
I haven't golfed in a month.
Oh wow.
It's been a while. I've been to the range a couple times, but I have not played uh, in a while. I need to get my like. I'm going to Connecticut soon, but I'm not sure. My dad's coming down soon.
Hmm.
We're gonna play, but other than that, I just haven't played. Mother's Day was last weekend, and I was here.
Yeah,
Which is,
I had a 2 week hiatus before last weekend. I played on Saturday and then I played after work on
you
Monday.
see, you bumped the driver up too.
I did bump the driver up from 9.5 to 10.5. Now it went very well the first time I did it. Like I was actually hitting the driver better than I've hit it in like years. It did not go very well on Monday. So I really don't know where to go with this. But
Well, it's just that's what I've realized too. Is like if I go to the range and have a terrible range session, and I'm like, I know I'm gonna play that weekend. I'm like, all right, I know I'm gonna play well. Like I just,
right.
it's just the knowing that you're gonna recover from it afterwards is such a good feeling.
I mean,
I
it
don't
was
know
2
why.
days, 2 days between me playing and I like completely different player. But I mean, I played
Yeah,
on Saturday like a real round. I played a good front nine. I didn't feel great playing, but I like shot 41 on the front, which was like fine for me. The back kind of fell apart, ran out of steam. Ended up shooting like 47 on the back, so it ended up being like a normal score. But um, yeah, and then like I went out on Monday by myself, which was nice. It wasn't very busy, and I just tried to play as many holes as I could. Was all over the place. I was making doubles, I was
Oh,
making birdies, I was made a couple triples. Like I think I ended up shooting like 87, but like I played all 18 somehow in like 3 hours, which was nice.
that's always a
Yeah,
great
I
feeling.
was all over the place. I would either like stick it or it would be like way right, and like just with every club in the bag. So it was
Yeah,
very very weird round of golf, but yeah, a couple birdies.
it happens.
Yeah, we'll
I
just
think
remember
I
the
think I'm
birdies.
I think I'm playing this weekend, so I'll have more to report on next week after the PGA. But I gotta get some, I have the golf fever now again, and it's just PGA week, and
Yeah.
after watching 3 days of golf, I'll be like, all right, I'll look forward to
You
get
know,
out Sunday
I just
morning.
got my clubs regripped from the mid-size grips to the regular size grips, so it felt
Yeah,
like I
I need
had
to do
different
that
clubs.
too.
Uh, I'm getting my putter regrip soon because I cannot find Scotty Cameron grips anywhere. So I emailed the head pro at the club. It's like,
It's just
can you
super strong.
find this? Can you find this one? Because I kind of like my grip that I have. It's just falling apart. Like the grip's just like
Oh
coming
yeah,
off.
yeah,
So he's like, yeah, I'll just like get it from Titleist. So we're getting a new putter
That's
grip.
good. Nice.
And I got a new golf bag
I-
too. This was like all my birthday stuff. So I
oh,
got a new golf bag. So thank you, Ogio. You were good. You lasted me a good couple years. Colors just like wasn't for me. So ended up getting a
yeah.
ping. But
You inspired me. I need to get a new. I need to get new grips. My grips are they're very old. So I
yeah,
think that'll do me some do
it
some good to
definitely
my game. For sure.
rejuvenates your clubs if you've had them for a while, for sure too. New grips
Yeah. Putter grip.
make all the difference.
I need to get rid of the generic Odyssey putty grip as well. Don't wanna deal with that anymore. Need a super stroke. The Fatso or whatever
Yeah, you like the
fatter
big
grip.
one. Yeah. I've been rolling the
Yeah.
rock pretty well recently. I think like my putting's gotten a lot better. So, used to be pretty bad.
That's good
But
at least.
yeah,
Teach Gary Woodland
kind
some
of
tips.
it kind of helps bring the like when I don't play well, the score's usually not terrible because the putting's been pretty good. So there's that. So like I haven't had any like really bad rounds yet. I feel like, except when like I just like am swinging and missing. But other than that, like the putting being like somewhat stable has actually made me relatively more consistent. So that's a good moral of the story.
Hey,
If you want
that's
to
all
work
you
on
can really
something,
yeah.
is putting.
That's if your putting's good, everything else can get more confident. That's
Exactly.
that's my mindset of it. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Cool. So excited for the PGA. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully Pat's back with us next week. He's working